Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and this reading is for Monday, November 2nd. So what is it that we need to know in order to evolve and grow into who we truly are, to release who we truly are from the inner levels? Because of course it's always an inside job. Okay. So we have the Seven of Swords reversed, Five of Cups, and the Lovers reversed. So with the Five of Cups being the theme for the day, well, this has to do with some disappointment. There's some disappointment, and maybe some grief. This could be, I mean, my goodness, we're going through the coronavirus. This could be, the grief that is traveling all over the world. This could also be, some of you who have truly, have lost someone and are truly grieving. If that's the case, yes, just, let yourself go through it. The Five of Cups is Mars and Scorpio, so it has to do with moving forward, transforming very deeply. And you can see in this beautiful image, there's this bowl, like a big vessel full of all colors. And so there's a lot of life there. But she's looking at what didn't work out. But there are all these other cups here that are full. And that's the place where life moves on no matter what. And yes, there is loss, there is disappointment, there can sometimes be deep despair. But when we go through the feelings, we grow. We have even more of ourselves. When we grieve our painful childhoods, I mean, we're the ones that have to do the grief work. No one can do it for us. So when we grieve any of our losses, we heal. When we go through pain, it helps to thaw out any numbness from the past. And that may speak to the Seven of Swords reversed. Because with the Seven of Swords, we're in that realm of, even if it's straight up, well, it doesn't matter, straight up or reversed. It's the moon in Aquarius, which can sometimes be a little bit cut off from our feelings. And being cut off from our feelings only happens because something in our childhood was too painful to bear. And the numbing off is actually a form of survival. So as we grow, older, there's a real need to go back and feel whatever, pain there was in the past. And with this reversal here with the Seven of Swords, we can be breaking free. We can be breaking free of the painful past. It can have you no longer betraying yourself, no longer scooching along, moving forward through life, leaving something behind. I mean, you just look at the images here. Instead of swords, there are feathers, but there, I guess the knife there shows us a sword, but he's leaving two behind, and I guess the other 5 or 4, are in the backpack. They're kind of hidden. In the traditional Rider-Waite, you can see the swords all clearly. And in that deck, there's 5 swords that you can see clearly that he's taking and running with, but there's 2 left behind. So the information there is like, what did you leave behind? So when it's reversed, it can be that you're not leaving anything behind and you're moving forward and grieving the past. And it can especially be around love relationships, or with the lovers, or choices that were made in the past that weren't for your highest good, but you didn't know any better. And there's nothing wrong with that. To not beat yourself up for making choices that didn't work out. A lot of times in relationship, when a relationship doesn't work out, it's really human to go to that place of like, oh, well, I just wasted, however many X amount of months or years or whatever, and I could have been with somebody that I really, or that really loved me, or that, I really could connect with. That doesn't help to beat yourself up like that, because we're not done until we're done. And we have to trust that on the emotional levels, we're working through something so that nothing is left behind. So, this can be on another level with the Lover's card. And of course, this is ruled by Gemini and Mercury, because Mercury rules Gemini. But Mercury rules Virgo as well, too. But this is primarily, like Mercury and Gemini. So this has to do with communicating. So in your next relationship, you can communicate deeper from who you truly are, because now you have more of yourself, because you've gone through the places where you were numbed out and you brought yourself back home to who you are. I mean, you released some scar tissue that was on you healed and dissolved some scar tissue that was on your soul, and you brought back, even like some soul retrieval. You can call it soul retrieval, where you brought back a piece of yourself that by going through this painful relationship, it turns out to be a good thing, rather than still being numb and looking for like love in all the wrong places, sort of. But with the Lovers reversed, you just have to go back to that place where, what do you really value? Because when the Lovers is straight up, there's an alignment there. You're in alignment in the heart area. You're in alignment in the mental area. And, you're best friends, and you love each other. Now, this doesn't have to be a love relationship either. This can be a partnership of any kind. This can even be just a very good friendship, where you really meet and you're met, and you meet them, in who they really are. Like, you're met on all levels. So because that's what relationships are all about. Either you're met or you're not, and they're mirrors. Relationships are mirrors. So when the Lovers comes in reverse, this is someplace where you weren't met and there was no healthy mirroring. So you had to go through that pain, and that's okay. In fact, that's wonderful. It's the way life is supposed to be. We're supposed to go through painful situations so that we can come back home to who we truly are. And then after a while, you don't need to go through the pain anymore, because you are home inside of who you are. And you can speak up and say what it is that you need in a relationship, and you do have healthy boundaries, so you don't go, it's like that hole in the sidewalk poem in the last chapter, where you walk down another street. And if anybody doesn't have that poem, or you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my community section and scroll down, because one of my wonderful subscribers posted that. It's just one page, and it's a poem by Portia Nelson, and it's called "The Hole in My Sidewalk" in 5 short chapters. And you can either screenshot it, or maybe you could even download it. You can find it online too, if that's faster. But yeah, so to be in this kind of imbalance here, and this disharmony, can make you aware that something's not right. And then you can, turn it right side up, right? I'm not going to turn this one right side up, because this is better reversed. When it's straight up, it's like something's missing. Now it's all come forward, and all the grief of the past can bring you into right relationships and right partnerships and right friendships that are meant to serve both of you, and all of you. Could even be a group situation. So, yeah. Okay, well, that's all I have for today, and thank you, and I'll be back later. Okay, take care.